Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hey, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing for lots more diamond painting content, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I'm here with a review of a recently completed diamond painting kit, and this is one that I've been really excited to do because it's from a new to me company, and I see this particular company get asked about quite a lot. So the name of this piece is The Dance Class. That's the name of the artwork. It's in the public domain because it is an old master's kit. It's by the artist Edgar Degas. I'm blanking on the year that it's from, but I'll put it up on the screen for you just so you're in case you're curious. At the moment, pieces that are in the public domain include pieces that are from before the year 1928, I believe. So terrible that I'm blanking on that. I just finished hosting an event called Summer with the Masters, and it centered around artwork that falls in this genre. And I picked this particular version of this kit up from Michaels because Make Market is the brand of this kit, and that is a store brand for Michaels, which is a craft store in the United States. I picked this kit up in the summer of 2022 and just didn't have the chance to work on it that summer for that year's Summer with the Masters, but knew that I wanted to get to it this month because like I said, I see so many people ask about Make Market kits. Now, from my research and my experience so far, it does look like Make Market kits are all fully licensed, where they're not necessarily all public domain images like this particular kit, but they are licensed. I actually very, very strongly suspect, but please don't quote me on this. This is just a guess on my part. I do strongly suspect that the parent brand for Make Market is Diamond Dots, and you'll see that in some crafting stores in the States that sometimes it'll even say on the box, brought to you by Diamond Dots. Like I think the Camelot Dots brand that's at Hobby Lobby is like that. And there are features of this canvas that make me think that this is a Diamond Dots kit. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a bit, but I do have my logbook here, which is where I always try to take notes on kits that I work on, just because then I can hopefully be even that much more helpful to you guys. And so I started this kit. This was a really quick little kit, but I was working on it concurrently with some other kits. I started it on June 29th and finished it on July 9th. But really, I just did this in a few sittings over a few days. Like I said, I was just working on other kits at the same time. I forgot to write down the number of colors, but it has 34 colors in total, which you can also see on the legend on the canvas. And it's 40 by 50 centimeters, and it has round diamonds. And you can see I had lots of thoughts. So here's just a look, by the way, kind of the canvas itself and the branding and whatnot, which is fairly minimal. We have legends on, top left, bottom right. And then at the bottom, obviously slightly covered by washi tape, we have this that I think is some sort of unit number. And then it just says Degas Dance Class. So it's a pretty sort of stripped down version of a canvas just in that sense. There's no fancy branding. But here is why I don't even care. Because, well, one, overall, I thought the quality of the materials and the experience of working on the canvas was pretty positive, but mainly like taking that into account, and also the fact that this really, really huge point, which is that these are some of the most budget-friendly kits you're going to find that are licensed. This kit was retailed $14.99 in US dollars, and Michaels has always got some kind of coupon going. I think that I probably got this one. I think I probably used like got it during a 40% off sale. So I think I paid less than $10 US dollars for this. And for a kit like this with this kind of nice materials, and that you're getting either licensed or public domain artwork, you can't beat it. You just can't. I think that's a fantastic price point, especially for beginners and people that, are just trying out the craft. So I'm all about it. Way to go, Michaels. Now, why do I think this is a Diamond Dots kit? So Diamond Dots has a really distinct canvas material. I'm pretty sure it's a polyester material that it almost looks shiny, just exactly like this, and feels the same. And then the symbols used. You guys, I did Woman in Gold by Diamond Dots for last summer's Summer with the Masters. So many of these symbols, so many of these exact symbols, including, I always point this out, they use these red printed symbols, even though the color you're placing is not red. None of these colors are red, they're shades of brown, but they use these red printed symbols with the correct colored symbol around them, in the background. But this is Diamond Dots. Diamond Dots does this. And the diamonds themselves, because Diamond Dots, if you take a look, especially in the dark areas, you'll see it. Diamond Dots has some of the sparkliest round drills on the market. They're so faceted. You don't see it nearly as much in the light color diamonds, but these dark color ones, they're so incredibly sparkly. So also, we had 0 DMC codes, or actually any kind of color codes. These didn't even come with the Diamond Dots color code system, because Diamond Dots uses a different kind of color code system than the DMC color code system that most companies use. Rather, this kit did not come with any kind of legend, separate like paper legend or sticker sheet or anything like that. It's very no frills. Instead, you just have the symbols on the canvas, on the legend here, and then they're just numbered 1 through 34. If I really wanted to, I could probably try to match these to different DMC codes, but even the bags that they came in, which I don't have those bags, but I will have linked the unboxing of this kit in the description box of this video if you'd like to go and see the unboxing and see what the bags look like. The bags didn't have any kind of color code system on them either. They just had the number, which matched up with the legend. And so I just use little labels myself, and I'll link to this storage system as well if you're curious. But all of my go-to Elizabeth Ward storage systems were all kind of occupied at the moment, so I just used this one and it worked fine. But I just wrote out all the labels. Some of them needed more than one. I had plenty of colors left over, or plenty of diamonds left over in every color. No issues. They're nice quality. They're rounds, nothing to complain about. And yeah, I had plenty in every color. So nice, pretty neutral color spread. Things that I really loved about this canvas. Okay, so I love that there are, especially with this Make Market brand, that we have some smaller Old Masters options. If you participated in Summer with the Masters or shopped for Old Masters kinds of kits before, one thing that you may have noticed that they have in common, I would say this is a good generalization and the rule rather than the exception. Those kits are huge. Old Masters kits tend to be, you have to get them really large in order to do them justice in terms of detail, especially if you're getting like just a prepackaged kit from a company that's, hand charted, or those are just the options they're giving you. This is not only a budget-friendly Old Masters kit, but it's also a small option, and those are rare. And I have to say, you guys, that given the size point of this kit, I'm pretty impressed with the rendering. What I'm going to do is I am going to put up on the screen the original artwork so you can see. And this kit has been brightened, and the contrast I think has been tweaked a bit to help it translate better to diamond painting form. But in my opinion, this has had some hand charting done to it, in spite of the fact that the faces obviously are not very distinct. But at the same time, there are a lot of things about this piece, some of the ways that these have been rendered in really specific ways, that make me think that someone was doing this charting and choosing where the colors went by hand for this size point. I don't know for sure, that's just my guess. And I honestly think that this turned out pretty darn good given the size. Honestly, I really, really do. And the art style, this kind of really soft render where we don't have these crisp, clean faces and everything, I think it suits. I think that it really does work. There was a little bit even of color blocking in this kit, which, some of the like linear, these lines in the wood, I was color blocking some of the shades in the dress, and then certainly in the background. I will say that I wish that they had found colors that blended better in the background, that it wasn't so patchy. This, I feel like, these color choices, because these are just two different colors here. I just wish it had been closer so that it wasn't so that it didn't look so obviously like dotted, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I wish they would have fixed up about the rendering. But I find myself not wanting to be very picky about this, again, given the price point, and keeping in mind like the context of this is tiny for an Old Masters kit, again, 40 by 50 centimeters. It was so refreshing to work on a smaller old Masters kit, because often when I take on projects like that, like the custom that I did this year, the other main project that I did for summer with the Masters, the first one was a custom that was really large. It was pure confetti, and it was just, kits like that tend to be a little bit more of a mental marathon, and this just felt very relaxing. The round diamonds were relaxing to place. It didn't feel like I was intimidated by having this giant canvas in front of me to take on. I just enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I enjoyed it, because I'm finding that Michaels has not only a nice selection and variety of kits offered just sort of in their standard diamond painting section, either of their website or in the store, but they also are offering seasonal ones. I was just in there the other day, and at least as of the time that I'm filming this, it's getting towards the end of summer, but they had just put out a bunch of Halloween make market kits, very similar price point, and I picked up a couple because I had such a positive experience with this one, and I'm excited to get to work on those. And those come with glow-in-the-dark drills, which is really, really fun. So this one didn't come with any ABs or other special diamonds, but I don't think that this artwork necessarily called for it. So I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Other things that I kind of maybe wish were a little bit different, or the thing is, it just kind of like stood out to me a little bit. I don't really like, it threw my eyes for a loop a little bit. I don't really love the red printed symbols, but that is purely personal preference and had zero impact on the finished look of this kit. This is just me being way nitpicky, but just seeing red symbols and then it turning into a brown color, I don't know. The red symbols also, there's something about the canvas sort of absorbed the ink, and when I was seeing them on the canvas, it just felt kind of the symbols themselves felt kind of overly saturated, the red ones in particular. So that I was just kind of like, meh, I would be okay if it were just black or any other color, really. And then I did mention that some of the areas of this are pretty blurry, but to me, it's just not a deal breaker. It is okay though, if it's a deal breaker for you. It is completely okay if you look at this sort of rendering style and go, even for the budget price point, it's just not for me. It's not how I want my finished kits to turn out. Or maybe you love to display your paintings and you're looking for a certain level of detail or finished effect. That's completely fine. These are just my opinions. You can disagree. I'm just trying to show you, hey, this is how it looks, and also just go, okay, here's what my opinions are, but yours can totally be different. I also felt like, I don't know, I kind of wondered how hard would it have been for them to slap the Make Market branding on the canvas just to make it feel, I don't know, like it just feels kind of unfinished in that way. And for budget canvas, does it really matter? No, there was something about it that I was like, oh wow, okay, so just this big blueprint at the bottom that, okay, we got this random unit number and then like the title that they gave this piece, which, obviously it is by Degas and it's Stan's class, but I just kind of wondered, could we, how hard would it be to just stamp the Make Market brand at the top so it looks a little more polished? But am I really going to be that picky about a budget kit? No, I really am not. So purely observations and just ways that I'd go, if it didn't make a difference in the price point, I wouldn't want it to be something that made a difference in the price points. That's why I say, I'm happy, I'm content. It was enjoyable to work on. The overall quality of the materials were good. They were really similar to experiences I've had with working on other Diamond Dots kits with round diamonds. So if you've worked on a Diamond Dots kit and you like those materials, you like the experience of working on those kits, I think you will find that Make Market kits are very similar. And I have to say, this was just nice. This was nice to work on. And I think it's a really good price point for, like I mentioned, for beginners. If you're wanting if you're interested in trying out diamond painting, if you're brand new to it, or if you're wanting to try to get like a friend or someone into it, you can be like, yeah, Michaels has these kits that are at this, really low price point, and they have a lot that are at really smaller size points too. I have a little one that I think is probably maybe not even 10 by 10 centimeters. It looks like a 5 by 7 inch little piece. No, it's not that small. It's a little bit bigger than that, maybe 8 by 10 tops. But they have a lot of those smaller ones, and they have seasonal ones. So stay tuned. I'm going to see if I can work on one of the Halloween ones that I got. That would be really fun to show you guys. But overall, I have to say that I I do recommend Make Market kits. Know what you're getting into as far as this, the rendering is not going to be super crisp and clean in general. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to get like fancy branding. What you're getting in the box is very stripped down. It's a very basic toolkit. You're not getting a separate legend or sticker sheet or anything. You're just basically getting canvas, diamonds, tools. If you save your leftover diamonds, it might be kind of tricky that there's not DMC codes on them. But there are ways, I suppose, around that. You could try to match it to colors that you already have saved. They make DMC color code charts that you can either print or buy from like Amazon. So there are options for those sorts of things. I feel like there are workarounds for some of the hiccups that are, or some of the things that might potentially hold someone back from doing one of these kits. But I'm telling you what, budget friendly kit, $14.99 US retail before a coupon. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. So they do have some available online. I will try to link to that as well. I will say that if you are shopping at Michael's online, not everything that they have available in their online store is necessarily licensed. But if it has the Make Market brand on it, you should be good to go. So if you're someone that cares about licensing, just be aware of that. If you go into the store, the only brand that, as of the time of this filming, I have seen currently being carried in Michael's stores is the Make Market brand. They seem to have in-store discontinued other brands. Maybe that'll change, but just FYI, if you go in and you buy something in the store, you should also be above board too and good to go. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I've been asked about this brand a lot and I'm excited that now I can show you, okay, here's a completed kit. So let me know what your thoughts are below. Have you tried out a Make Market kit before? Does this make you want to try one out, or is it just not for you? It's missing some of the things you really look for in a diamond painting kit. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. So anyway, my friends, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with lots more diamond painting content, including future reviews from a really, really wide variety of different diamond painting companies that are available to us, and tutorials, other unboxings, stuff like that. And yeah, I'll let you guys go. Hope you have a day as amazing as you are, and I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.